Welcome to Life in Times of Cotto. I am your host, Jay Cotto, and today's discussion, I want to talk about something that I heard. I don't really remember where I heard it, but it goes something along the lines of, are you aware and what's your attitude? I wish I could give credit to the source of where I heard that, but I heard that. And the reason why that's so relevant, especially for me now more than ever, is that, it really matters how you interact on the daily basis if you think about that and you apply that, right? So, and me dealing with a lot of people on the day-to-day basis, and just me dealing with my wife and my children and people I care about. And, if you really sit and think about that statement, right? Are you aware and what's your attitude? So when being presented with things, are you aware of the situation? Are you aware of the people that you're interacting with? And what's your attitude towards that? Because that's going to determine everything, right? That's going to determine how you react, how they're going to receive you, right? And the whole goal of that is to kind of be the best possible version. And I don't want to say the best possible version of yourself, but I do want to say it kind of keeps you in a what's the word I'm looking for? It keeps you in a state of mind that you're just kind of aware of what the situation and how you're responding to that situation, how you're going to get the best possible outcome for that situation if you keep that in mind. And, I found myself thinking about that a lot and just kind of really assessing my situations. Like when I talk about assessing, like in that moment, really thinking about, am I aware of what the situation is and what's my attitude towards the situation? Because you want to get a good response. You want to make sure that you get a response from that person that's desirable, but you also want to respond to the person desirably, right? You don't want to seem standoffish. You don't want to seem like you don't understand. You don't want to seem like, although you might have situations like that, where you might have to be standoffish, but you want to give credibility to how you're interacting with said person or situation. So I strongly advise those who watch and those who are listening, try that, right? Try in the situation that that's brought to your attention, whether it be a familial or at your place of work or whatever it is. Familial. I don't even know if that's a word. I'm pretty sure it's a word. Anyway, family. So when they present to you something, think about what your attitude is. Think about if you're aware of what it is that they're bringing to you and not to be so insensitive. Because sometimes you could do that, right? Sometimes you could be pretty insensitive about a situation because you're not aware of the situation, right? Your attitude sucks, which is why you're not going to be, beneficial or helpful. So that's something that I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to come to terms with, and something that I have been really coming to terms with, because there are instances where my wife might bring something to me and my attitude sucks about it, and I'm not going to give a quality answer, and then even and vice versa, right? I might bring something to her, and because she may not be aware and she's not aware of her attitude, she might give me an answer that's undesirable, and I might just be like, well, fuck, shit, I don't want to talk to you then. So those two things align pretty consistently with each other. And the goal is to try to make sure that you're consciously thinking about that when things are brought to you. And that's just in anything. Something doesn't have to necessarily be brought to you. It could just you be doing things, right? It could just be you doing things and just kind of like, what's my attitude at this moment? Is this aggravation, or am I aware of the situation? What's my attitude? Like, am I aggravated? Is it okay? Or am I adding things to it are unnecessary? Because that's something that I've done a lot of as well, and I've kind of brought a bad attitude towards a situation. And because I brought that attitude, that's what it started to develop in ways that were undesirable and negative. So it's definitely something that I strongly charge those to really take a look at. Think about that, man. Think about all the situations in the past that you've probably done that have went left and they should not have, or for something very simple. So I charge everybody to definitely take a a good thought and a good thought about that, and definitely try to like apply that. You know, are you aware, and what's your attitude? Right. Anyway, that's all I got. Do what you do it well, do it the best way you know how. Jay Cotto, I am out. Peace.